Namaskar. I had something big in mind to do, a journey of dreams that each one of want to do is to travel. But how to travel? How can you be uncommon? Travel in comfort is common, but travel like Gandhi, is it possible? Travel alone as a woman driving long. So what? More women are driving. But can she drive and make a world record? Questions and questions and questions. And I'm taking you through this journey that I undertook, which you will relate to what is uncommon about this journey in every slide. And for those note takers out there, don't worry. T, E, F are three letters to remember the content of this whole session. How long was this journey? You will go to a destination, you will go to one state, you will go to one national park. That's a journey. What if you see the entire country, the borders, the highest roads, the travel locations, roads which are not permitted by civilians, but it will open up because you're uncommon, a lady driving alone, wanting to do that region. Opportunity not missed. So that journey was 50,000 kilometers, a huge number. Undertaken in 8 months, every day, minimum 300 kilometers to 700 kilometers in one day. I am the driver, I am the navigator. What is so uncommon? How big is this journey? If you Google what is the circumference of the earth, it's just 40,000 kilometers. So technically, non-stop, I was driving around the world 1.2 times. Kashmir to Kanyakumari, 12 times non-stop. That was the length of this extraordinary journey of this ordinary student of the alumni institution I'm speaking today. I wish you clapped after the next point in this entire journey, not a single accident. I must be a good driver. In this entire journey, I stayed within my car, used public toilets. Not a single sick leave because of using public toilets. I think that deserves a clap for the nation we have reached. Not a single Me Too movement. I have met thousands and thousands of gentlemen and women, and I was welcomed like a queen because I was not a person traveling, I was a personality traveling. What was this all about? What do you mean by a personality? When you travel a journey, you just want to have some fun and relaxation for yourself, or you want to explore inside you. For me, uncommon. Why can't I declare Gandhi's 150th anniversary dream? A country which is clean, a country which is safe for me. When I come back here and stand and tell you the story, that's a fact. It was clean enough for me. It was safe enough for me. I was treated like a guest in every home or every person I met during the journey. This is the humble home. Beautiful 24 square feet. I had everything that you have in your home, in my home. In addition, I had a solar panel on the top so that when I slept, I had my fan, laptop, everything powered by green energy. I think that's uncommon in most of your travels. I did not own the car, so none of the modifications could be permanent like in a professional camper van. It was a normal car which I had to return back. So every modification was designed and implemented in 48 hours, including the compartments for storage where I was sleeping on top and to the solar panel which was done here in Coimbatore. I had to drive through all seasons. You know that your dress style changes when you're driving through seasons. You may need different types of dresses. So there was storage built in. And again, one lesson out of this slide, if I can say, less is more. If I could travel like that for 8 months, this little box behind me is a complete journey package for 10 days. It has 5 dresses, a stove, 3 meals that I can have quickly with just hot water, My laptop, two cameras, a smartphone and a dumb phone, everything, and a cat. Yes, a cat. Every journey has hurdles. What you need to remind yourself when you come out of your safe zone, which is your house, why did I step out today? If your purpose or your target is clear, that gives you the inner energy. That's when you transform into a personality. So the first T stands for what is the target of your travel? The target of my travel as my personal life mission is working towards cleanliness and also gender bias. There is no gender bias anymore when it comes to skill sets, which every student and staff of this college is an embodiment of. So there is no more gender bias. Opportunities are open before you. So the T for target also moved to the next one. Never ever give the planning to someone else for your journey. You plan your track, places of interest to you. Because when you're alone, you have more freedom, what you like, what you want to do, where you want to go. Use that freedom and lay your tracks. My target was gender bias, which is UN Sustainable Goal number 5 and 6, sanitation. Looking for public sanitation improvement, feedbacks. So I undertook an audit. 2 years it took for me to prepare. But one simple number you need to remember, 27. You can even Google 27% research. 27% of the time spent in your research will give you more success in any of your mission. So if you plan to prepare for an exam or a travel, 7% of the time must be spent on your research. Technology, it's a double-edged sword, like some of the speakers that didn't start right in time, but you can't do without it. So you are like the driver, navigator, and all your 10 arms around you doing multitasking during solar journey. You need to embrace technology. Every technology that is related to travel. So the technology that I'm going to highlight here is the curiosity that you have on this slide with so many wires hanging. So the camera that is inside will also take pictures outside and videos. It will also take movies inside of me driving and other people interacting with me, interviews inside. There is a second phone exclusively for navigation. Takeaway from here, technology may fail. If you use the same mobile for navigation and if you lose it, it becomes a problem. For navigation, if you put your phone in the front, extreme temperatures like heat and cold drain the battery. If there is no navigation, your travel shouldn't stop. So backup plan, printed papers, contact numbers, simple notebooks and pen and pencil, back to school. So technology needs a backup. So there is always preparation part of the journey is alternatives and alternatives to alternatives. How can I do the audit? 50 questions for each toilet, GPS marking, photographs, audio comment as to how the toilet was. It wouldn't have been possible without a mobile app. What about my family which is in tension? What about the people who wanted to join me in the journey for a small segment? There was a small technology device fitted into my vehicle that if I give you the login username password, you will be able to see where I am. Live location tracking. It was beautiful. Colleges would invite me to speak an address. Imagine driving from college to college, addressing thousands of beautiful, inspiring young women, talking about why I was in their town. How did I come there? What's the big picture? It was a beautiful moment because of technology. But at the same time, the first call from my husband came after 3 months. Look at his confidence. He never even called me in between. He says, "Why are you stopping in a police station? Got accident or what? Do you need some help?" What do you think was the scenario? I was interviewing the exclusive Pink Patrol in Kochi. This is an exclusive women patrol to ensure women's safety 24/7. I was impressed as these professional women I was conducting their interviews, and that night I did not spend in the police station lockup, but I was parked in my 24 square feet home in the police station. Hope is that I will come back safe. I will come back unscathed. That was not the case. What then happens? People find me with a heart attack. First question, are you allergic to any medication? What's your blood group? Who can we contact in case of emergency? This was engraved in a small spoon because I'm also my mechanic. After attending cleaning and everything, I wouldn't be able to eat with my dirty nails if I don't have time to wash. So the spoon helped me to eat on the go. And on that spoon was engraved my emergency contact number, blood group on this. To make it simple for you, generate a QR code, make it a sticker, use it in your travel stuff. Anybody can use a QR code and they will have your bearings. So being hopeful and yet planning for the worst is part of travel. You are an entertainment. You are excited about this wonderful opportunity. So seize every opportunity to take in maximum from the culture, the local culture. You see me here today wearing a hand-woven Nagaland shawl, wearing a tribal necklace handmade, gifted by the defense chief of today. I didn't have a big wardrobe as you're imagining there. 3 blouses, 3 saris, 3 skirts, 3 pants, and 2 jackets for the weather. Right? Just a little click on this. That was a skirt. That becomes half sari. I'm feeling very cold. That becomes my night cover. That's all it needs to change your wardrobe with this kind of a small accessory. Now you look at the picture, you can totally tally the wardrobe that I talked to you about. But what is more important in dressing local? It shows you respect their culture. It shows that you are representing them, you're part of them, the community becomes, you are no longer solo. They step forward because you're one among them. And onward, your journey is a success. You're not just an entertainment, but you can also seize the moment for entertainment, where you can share knowledge and your skill sets. I was learning to make clay toys from the kumbhar, the clay maker, pottery maker. I was teaching the Kutchi women a new stitch. I was also learning Kutch embroidery. Apatani women of Arunachal, very difficult to meet them. They are very conservative. But when I learned how to end the tip of the shawl from them, I become part of their family. And that's where you exchange a meal or exchange a beautiful moment, sing a common song everybody knows, you create a bonding, and your solo journey is a win-win. Solo journey was not just on highways. This particular location is where you cross Kashmir Valley and go to the Ladakh Valley. National Highway number 1 is this. This is the route to Kargil. I'm sure all your eyes are on that small, narrow road, which opens only 6 months in a year. It has rock falls, it has blockades for hours. It was not this road that you need to look in mind, but the snowy summit beyond. Because beyond the summit is the world's highest roadways that we have built. And you as a solo lady can make it that high. So many highest roads of the world are here, waiting for you to explore. At this point, I want you to think in your mind, one place you want to travel if you start your journey today. One common question, what was the security that you had in your vehicle? Did you have pepper spray? Did you have any tasers? I had my smile. A smile is the biggest weapon to disarm anybody, because that's not what they expect. They are expecting you to look like a victim. I am new here. No, I'm a personality here. I've come to share my world with you, to be part of your community. And that personality builds in community. And the weapons that you see in my hand are gifted by the community to me towards the journey. In those communities, gifting a weapon means you are part of their clan. So I had more weapons at the end of my journey than what you have before. There was a moment of truth. Finally, in one Maoist location or a terrorist location, I was wielded a weapon. I said, Sangeeta, this is the point that had not been prepared for. What are you going to do now? And this man is holding a nice big weapon in his hand. And he's right in the middle of the road, so I had to block. It was a narrow lane. I think we need to learn the word groundless fear. I had no grounds to suspect that man, which was true. He was an ironsmith, maker of wonderful sharp tools. He was willing to try to sell his weapon to me for a mere 100, 200 rupees. So most often you are afraid of imaginations. That's not the reality. What if this beautiful lake you must have heard of in Ladakh? That is the last view you see in your life. So how do you win over those fears? Keeping your heart calm is part of your fear management. When I reached this point, the inset will show you how the road was. Snow had melted into water, mixed up with the soil, became gooey. My tire got frozen at 2 o'clock in the afternoon. That was a Sunday, nobody I had seen in the last 6 hours. There is not going to be any rescue minimum for 3 days for people to know what happened to her. That is when you listen to something called your gut feeling. The gut feeling is the voice of your soul. Every woman and man has it. Listen to it. I prepared immediately for 3 days survival with what little water I had, because water bottle water freezes. The 1 liter water flask is what that remained. 1 kg oxygen cylinder was what I had. 3 days survival plan was planned. I survived 19,000 feet, 24 hours alone, minus 10-degree temperature. To come back and tell this story to you. Those are the measurements given by the army when they came for rescue of my vehicle later, because my vehicle was completely frozen. Common questions which you come across in a journey. Are you alone? This was the question men and women will ask. I said, no, I'm with you. You are there. Are you not afraid? Why should I be? You are here. You will protect me. You will show me the richness of your place, your community. Why am I afraid? I'm excited instead. And this is what makes a person a personality. And this iron lady whom you see is in every one of you, waiting to be unleashed in your solar journey. What did you eat? The next common question. For 2 years, I prepared my body using fitness techniques, but primarily food. I used only 2 meals a day, which continues till today. 1 day meal and 1 meal early in the evening. That 1 day meal was a cooked meal. So what happens to the other meal? Everything that you get on the highways or villages, fresh vegetables, fruits, nuts like roasted chickpeas and peanuts, pieces of coconuts that you get in toll gates, amazing nutritious food. You need to source it and eat raw meal. That will keep you no high in insulin, because you don't want to sleep on the wheel as a driver. Sometimes I had to leave at 4 in the morning, and 12 o'clock I was attending radio recordings in stations. But my energy level for the 8 months was just like what you see me today. Fitness. I want you to remember a number, 33%. We have control in our lives only of 33%. In any decision making that you think, please remember 33%. 33% of our fitness depends on heredity and our genes and our hormones. I was 51 when I did this journey. So even after 50, you could be a great driver on wheels. I have no control of this 33%. What about lifestyle? Lifestyle is not one day show. what you do every day in your entertainment or in your environment is called lifestyle. So controlling this 3% is again, you have some amount of control. The last one is input, what you put into your body. Do you breathe deep? Do you take enough water? Do you eat right? That gives a control of your fitness. So the last 33%, absolute control. First 33%, absolutely no control. Middle, lifestyle, a little bit of control. I think at this point, I would like you to be part of my talk and do it with me, because if I tell you what I did to relax myself, you may not remember. So you're going to do it with me. So I'm going to be seated just like you. You don't need to move. The movements are only in your hands. Are you with me? So we just stretch our hands right above. Stretch from your hips. Ma'am, please. Reach up and say, I am the seed sprouting to reach my potentials. I am the seed sprouting to reach my potentials. Bring your arms to the shoulders, back like this, elbow to the front. Pat your back. You did great today. You're going to do greater tomorrow. Bring your arms to your chest. There is no need for stress. All is well. All will be well. Sweep your arms like this. All the negativity around you. Take a deep breath. It's gone. All the negativity around you. Oya poch. So bring back your arms and hug yourself. I promise you a solo journey. I love you, my body. I'm going to take good care of you. On that note, I'm going to let the cat out of my box. Please meet small C. Hi, everyone. Hello. Big C is with me in my dream journey. I wanted to do something big when I was diagnosed of cancer 2 months back. I've undergone mastectomy just 2 months back. Throughout my recovery, small C was with me, preparing me to say, you're flying to Coimbatore and speaking at this event. And today, we made it together today by transforming each one of you into a solo traveler. You remember the request? Think of one place in mind and please tell me. I promise to begin my solo travel plan today. Love you all. Thank you so much.